Going on to you, Taurus, out here. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day. You have the Tower, which is Scorpio, the Judgment, and then you have the Temperance. So, Scorpio energy in here already as the first card. So, there's some sort of illusion that's been taken down and done away with by you, Taurus. So, the illusion of like this person having your back, a lot of you Taurus pretty much understand that sometimes, yet again, like it is, I said before, that a lot of you Taurus are understanding from experience that there is a difference between nice and good. And I've talked about this a couple of times, not a lot. I don't talk about it a lot because it doesn't make sense to in the context of the reading. But there is a difference between nice and good. A lot of the times people equate one with the other, and that's not necessarily true. The difference, or one of the distinct differences, is that one is more so interested in principle and actual justice, and the other one is interested in running game and trying to get their way. Being nice is trying to get their way. Being good is interested in principles, principalities, and jurisprudence, what is right and what is not right. And so that's important for you, Taurus, because you're learning that just because a person is nice to you does not necessarily mean that they actually have your best interest in mind. Well, what sparked this? Well, what sparked this conversation or the cards to come up was, like I said, over the past, couple of readings, I've been talking about how, like, you've had to kind of, like, you were hanging out with this person and then this person flipped. This person went from being cool, and then now all of a sudden, when you Taurus decided that you didn't want to have anything to do with them, and then they because for valid reasons, because they weren't making themselves a very good option, and then they flipped. Excuse me, and then you decided to do your thing, and then they flipped. You got a chance to see a whole new face from them, and you got a chance to see a whole new face that you didn't actually like. Instead of them probably become more appealing to you, right? And you're like, yeah, you gotta have these people in your life. They became more unattractive, pretty much, to you because, okay, yeah, they became more unattractive to you because the things that you realized what was important to them, and they wanted to be they want things to be dysfunctional. And so a lot of you Taurus are learning that, hey, you're completely done with them. You don't want to have anything to do with them anymore because they haven't changed as far as gotten better specifically. And not only have they not gotten any better, they've actually gotten worse. Certain aspects of their character has really started to really pop out. And for you, you obviously, you don't like it for them to be interacting with you like that. But then you have the Temperance. You do understand that it's okay in the sense that you don't have to be attached to that. So it's not anything in which you Taurus are caught with this person and you're attached to them in any serious, profound way. You probably just started hanging out with them for a little while, but it was nothing too serious where it's like you're hanging out with them for like 4, 5, 10 years. Y'all decided to get married, or maybe y'all have an offspring together, and right? It was something where you Taurus just now started to get to know them. So it's not anything that you can't really walk away from. And then in any case, the Hierophant and the King of Swords, the Hierophant is Taurus and Sagittarius. It's that ecclesiastical approach. And what I mean when I say an ecclesiastical approach, a lot of you Taurus are more so focused on getting right with the Most High, right? Making sure that you're at peace, making sure that the Most High is at peace with you, and just trying to build that relationship. Not saying that, y'all are going to be prudes, but what I am saying is that you Taurus, you're getting your priorities in line. You're getting your story straight. Sorry, I'm trying to just fix myself, but you Taurus are getting your story straight. You're getting your priorities in line. You're figuring out, like, okay, the Most High needs to come first, and that that's what you're going to dedicate pretty much everything to. The Most High has to come first. Once the Most High comes first, everything else pretty much aligns itself in order that it's supposed to be. And a lot of you Taurus are learning that. And a lot of you Taurus are learning to essentially do that, right? From your own personal experience, rekindle that. Maybe some of you Taurus may have been slacking for a little while. You didn't necessarily cut ties with the Most High, but you haven't been as maybe some of you figure that you haven't been as connected as you would like to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own perspective. Some people are going to be religious, some people are going to be spiritual. I have my connection, my own unique connection with the Most High, and my connection, I get away with not being moral. Me specifically, I'm the person that gets the opportunity to not be moral, because I learn my lessons. I do what is right. You know what I'm saying? I do what is right. And, sometimes depending on the situation, like I said before, I give money away. It's not just even about the finances. I also, sometimes do, good things or good deeds or whatever, even when it doesn't necessarily particularly benefit me. Like there's been times where I've helped out some people, every now and again, that come to me and stuff like this, and they're like, "But what do you get out of it?" And I'm like, "I get nothing out of it. I'm not gaining anything out of it particularly." So I'm more so focused on the principles. I'm not really focused on doing good things so I can get into heaven per se. I'm not looking for the reward from the afterlife, whatever. I'm more so looking to just do things because it's the right thing to do here and now, just for the sake of it being the right. Anyway, just, you know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of it being the right thing to do. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that connection that a lot of you are doing, you feel what I'm saying, is right, because you're aligning your life, you're realigning your life in the correct order. The Most High has to come first. And so the Empress and the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands speaks to this, is also realigning you Taurus's perspective on how you choose people, because now that the Most High is the most important thing in your life, how that's helping you is that you Taurus you're now paying attention to if this person is good as opposed to them being decent, right? That's the Most High, and I've never talked about this before ever, but with anybody, but the Most High is where it is that I draw my examples from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I talk about anime and stuff like that, but anime is really to kind of get my imagination flowing, right? But the Most High is really where I draw my inspiration from, because, and my own connection with it, right? And why that's so important is because that's why I will go and try to do a lot of different things, right? Comic books, video games, anime, and things like that, and tarot readings and stuff like this, because I'm looking at the example of, like, okay, I'm looking at the example of try to be decent, do this, do that, do the other. And there's no better example to learn from than the Most High. So, all those people who call me a devil worshiper and all that trash, all of that garbage and all of that hogwash, even back then when I was in a dark place, it was still weird to me, because I was just like, y'all need to like really do your research. But the point that I'm trying to make here is how it is that you Taurus choose people is changing even now. Like, you're not saying that the person has to be like a whacked out religious guru, right? Like a, you know what I'm saying? Like an ecclesiastic or something like that. Something like a pastor or a nut, something like that. But they do have to be devoted to something. They do have to, because what it is that, just as it says on the painting on my wall, right, on the Batman painting that I have, It's about, and I hope YouTube don't hit me for this, but it's about dedicating yourself to something, making the world around you the ideal. The world naturally will be dysfunctional, just for the sake of dysfunctional people living in it. By how justice is created and fairness is created, right? The world is in its natural state fair. Then things become unfair because the people and the choices that they make. And then now us as people, we have a responsibility and a divine energy to rebalance what was already balanced from before. And so what I'm trying to say here with that is that's the whole concept of the Batman thing. That's what the person, what my artist, yes, I have my own personal artist. Shout outs to him. Shout outs to Anthony. Shout outs to you. He doesn't mind because he doesn't mind if I put his name out there. But shout outs to Anthony. I asked him if I could put his name out there. He said he gave me the okay. And he put it on the Batman painting that I have of the one of the Batman quotes in the first movie Batman Begins, when he was talking to Ducard, aka Ra's al Ghul. He said that you have to dedicate yourself to something. You as just a person, you know, you could be gotten, you can be caught, gotten, uh, removed, handled, whatever you want to call it. But Ducard was like, well, if you dedicate yourself to an idea, that's when it is that you become untouchable, and you become a symbol for something. So even if you retire from this body or whatever the case may be, you still stand for something that will inspire other people, which will, maybe they don't dress up as Batman and patrol the you know what I'm saying, the streets from the rooftops, but you do inspire people in that regard in certain bits and pieces in that way. And that's why it is that you, Taurus, will now pick and choose people better off, or better, because the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands represents, again, they have to show you why they are a good option. Part of them being a good option is their connection with the Most High. What do they have? Some sort of code? What symbol do they stand for? What do they stand for? What do they symbolize? This is why it's so imperative, why it is that I say birds of a feather flock together. Because what the birds of the feather flocking together represents, the symbol that it's representing in on itself, is that the people whom you hang out with, that means you are a part of that group. You agree with what they represent. So it's the idea. And so a lot of you Taurus now representing an idea of, okay, your life is becoming peaceful. Your life is peaceful. You want to be healthy. You want to take care of yourself. The Most High is the most important thing to you. Now it's a matter of, when you see someone coming into your life on some BS, there's something about them that they haven't gotten right about themselves and their connection, whatever it is, with whatever code they are lacking or whatever they have. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. You have the Tower, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Moon card, and then you have the Page of Wands. So to clarify the Eight of Pentacles, right? The Tower, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups right here represents how, a lot of 8 cards, right? The Eight of Pentacles. So why that's so important, right? 10, 16, okay. 16 is 18, 16 is 8 plus 8, right? 8 of Pentacles, then you have the Tower, which is the number 16, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and all of that, right? A lot of 8 cards. So Taurus is the opposite zodiac sign from the 8th zodiac, which is Scorpio, right? So why that's so important is because what I'm saying here is that this is very profound for you. and that you are, because a lot of you Taurus are changing up your whole perspective, that means that you're walking away from old ideologies. Then you have the moon card, right? 10, 18, right? 10 and 8, 10 plus 8, 18. The moon card is 18. X plus V plus 3 I's is 18. X is 10, V is 5, 3 I's are 1, right? So 18, 10, 5, 3, 18. And that's my point, right? And so a lot of you are going to be a lot more reflective now, which, like I said, which is going to help you make decisions and is making your life a lot more peaceful, right? But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We are at 26,000 and I don't know, 26,040 something. I don't know. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. No, we're at 36,140 something. If you want to come through and get a personal reading, my YouTube channel is growing so fast. Sometimes I can't even keep up with how fast it grows. If you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below. Called the Linktree link. Peace.